Welcome to the United Action for Youth Volunteer Orientation. This video serves as an overview of UAY in order to get you acquainted with who we are and what we do. So, a little history. UAY has been serving youth and families in and around Johnson County since 1970. Our programs have shifted and expanded over the years, but our mission and our vision remain the same. Nurturing the potential for all youth to create, grow, and succeed. And our vision is one in which young people and adults work together in partnership to create a healthy and safe community. To give you a sense of how widespread our efforts are, on average, UAY serves over 3,000 young people each year. Now, before you get started volunteering, it's important to know where we are located. We have two locations in Iowa City. The Swaim Youth Center is located at 355 Iowa Avenue, and our second office is located in Eastdale Plaza. The address is 1700 South 1st Avenue. Before we jump into all of the work that UAY does, it's important to touch on UAY's mantra because it's paramount in all that we do. Unconditional Positive Regard, or UPR for short. UPR is a more formal way of outlining the expectation of respect. So I respect you, you respect me, and we respect the space that we share together. With UPR at the forefront of our work, we can operate on the basis of meeting young people where they are and practice acceptance of ourselves and others, even when we disagree. The programs that we offer at UAY fall within two types of services: prevention and intervention. Our prevention programming consists of out-of-school activities that encourage youth to connect and express themselves through creativity. Prevention programming is housed at the Swaim Youth Center. All of our prevention programs are available to young people in junior high and high school, so from 7th to 12th grade. The age range is typically 12 to 18 years old. The Youth Center offers young people an intentional place to build relationships with positive adults and their peers. We call the overarching program at the Youth Center Hangout. So during Hangout, young people can choose to watch TV, play video games, create art or music, and connect with people while literally hanging out. UAY staff are trained in positive youth development, which allows them to build meaningful relationships with the young people who attend the Youth Center. We have a couple regular groups that take place at UAY's Youth Center. Pride Group, Feminist Club, and other groups form around common interests of young people who come to UAY. So some current and past groups have formed around Dungeons and Dragons, dance, movies, books, creative writing, and exercise. UAY facilitates after-school art workshops in local elementary and junior high schools. We also have a comprehensive evidence-based sexual health program that we take into junior high and high school classrooms. Now for our intervention programs. UAY's intervention programming offers support, advocacy, counseling, and community referrals to youth and families facing adversity. These programs are housed at our Eastdale Plaza location and include our Young Parent Program, Transitional Living Program, counseling, and crisis mediation. UAY's Young Parent Program is for young people who are parents under 23 years old or who are pregnant or have a child between the ages of 0 and 5. These services are completely voluntary and are available to residents of Johnson County. Our Transitional Living Program serves homeless youth, including parenting youth, who are between the ages of 16 and 22. UAY owns a couple of houses in Iowa City where these young people are able to live independently with daily support from an advocate at UAY. Lastly, our counseling program. Counseling at UAY is for young people 23 years old and younger and their families. We also offer counseling to parents and guardians of teens and adolescents. Did you know that a group of UAY teens worked with professional artist Sayuri Sasaki Himen in the summer of 2019 to paint the beautiful Coexist mural in downtown Iowa City? It's at the corner of College and Lynn Street. As a volunteer, we acknowledge and honor your rights, some of which include that you are provided with a clear understanding of your role and your tasks, that you are kept informed and listened to, that you are treated equally and without bias, and that you have the ability to say no to tasks that you are unwilling to do. You will have a direct supervisor whom you can direct questions or concerns to. Each time that you volunteer, you will need to complete a super short form to record the hours that you volunteered. It takes about 10 seconds. You will record your hours at this link, and the form looks like this. The next thing we will go over is our volunteer code of conduct. This information can be dry, but it's really important. It won't be that bad, I promise. Okay, first things first, volunteer code of conduct. We expect that you will be reliable and consistent in being present for your scheduled work and responsibilities. And if you can't be present, that you inform your direct supervisor as soon as you can. We also expect that you will cooperate with UAY staff and other volunteers with the understanding that positive teamwork is critical to the success of our mission. We also expect you to keep all information concerning UAY program participants confidential at all times, and that you follow the guidelines of our confidentiality policy, which I'll go over in a couple minutes. Another expectation is that you do not give any UAY participants your personal phone number, email address, or connect with them on social networking sites. We also expect that you will never take a UAY participant to your home or make arrangements for them to stay with one of your friends, for example. Another expectation is that you will never possess or be under the influence of any non-prescription drugs or alcohol while at UAY, nor supply drugs or alcohol to a minor. As an adult volunteer, it's expected that you will never become involved in a sexual or unprofessional relationship with a UAY participant. Additionally, we need to make you aware that under Iowa law, it is a crime to engage in any sex act with a person under 14 years of age, and to let you know that it is a crime to engage in any sex act with a person under the age of 16 if there is a difference in age of 4 years or more. And finally, we ask that you commit to the UAY philosophy of unconditional positive regard. We ask that you make every effort to demonstrate respect for others and promote a non-judgmental environment through all of the programs in which you become involved. Okay, you're doing great. Now we're going to briefly go over the confidentiality policy. So, young people and their families may share concerns, private matters, or troublesome situations with UAY volunteers. It's really important that we hold space for clients and honor confidentiality when these things are shared. Clients regularly share confidential information with UAY staff, knowing that that information is not shared with the rest of their family, with their school, or with others in the community unless they give written permission. However, there are 3 exceptions to this policy. If you suspect that any client is experiencing or is at risk of child abuse, suicide, or are a danger to themselves or others, we ask that you commit to telling your direct supervisor at UAY immediately. When you come in for an in-person interview, you will briefly review the Code of Conduct and Confidentiality Policy and sign those documents so that we can keep them on file. Additionally, we require a child abuse and criminal history background check. You will complete these forms while you are at UAY, Both background checks cost UAY about $20. If you are able to donate money to help cover that cost, even $5, please let us know and bring that money with you to your interview. Fun fact, with the help of a couple volunteers in 2019, UAY created a tot shop for young parents to shop for free for baby essentials, clothing, and toys. Okay, people, we're almost there, just a couple more things to review. UAY is a smoke-free environment. Smoking, including vaping and juuling, is not permitted in UAY buildings or on our premises. If you are a smoker, please ask a staff member about an appropriate smoking area. Next up, dress code. Volunteers are permitted to dress casually while at UAY. We ask all volunteers to dress appropriately and to take into consideration the program participants, the location of programming, and the specific activities that you will be engaged in. We ask that you avoid clothing with swear words, drug paraphernalia, guns, things like that. In the event that you are working off-site, like at a school or doing a presentation in the community, we ask that you follow the dress code of the place you're attending. A couple rules about driving. Some volunteers will be asked to drive for UAY. If that applies to your role, we have a couple of policies. So volunteers must be 21 years old, must have held a driver's license for at least 5 years, and currently possess a valid driver's license, also have up-to-date insurance, and complete a driving test with a UAY staff member. Driver's license and insurance information must be kept on file in UAY's business office prior to driving a UAY vehicle or conducting any transportation, even in your own vehicle, for UAY. I want to briefly talk about honoring the privacy of UAY participants. Most UAY participants and clients are under the age of 18 and must have a media release form signed before their picture, their artwork, or any personal writings can be released for public viewing. So photos of youth or artwork created by youth are not to be posted on your personal social media sites, blogs, websites, etc. To protect the privacy of young people and their families, UAY can only share photos of youth and/or their artwork with parental permission and a signed media release form. If you would like to share a picture or other form of media that includes the participation of a young person, please send it to your UAY supervisor. Okay, 2 more things. Personal boundaries. Please remember to practice healthy and professional boundaries when working with young people at UAY. Physical contact, such as greeting a young person with a hug or offering a back rub to a stressed out student, may have good intentions, but may also make others really uncomfortable. It's important to consider that some young people you may interact with at the youth center or in after-school programs have experienced sexual or physical abuse, and it cannot be assumed that your comfort level with physical touch is the same as other people's. Please be respectful of other people's personal space and refrain from touch. And finally, self-disclosure. Self-disclosure should be used minimally and only when it will directly benefit a young person or the discussion being had by a young person. Please do not share details about your personal relationships, your dating life, your weekend activities, or any past illegal activities. Remember that the focus and priority of UAY programming is to build positive relationships with youth and help them to make good decisions in their lives. Volunteering at UAY is not an outlet for examining your own past mistakes or analyzing your own relationships. Well, that's a wrap, folks. You are almost finished with UAY's online volunteer orientation. Please follow the link to complete a short quiz, and we will be in contact with you soon. Thank you so much for your interest in helping out at UAY.